everybody.
Woo! Woo!
You know, on my way over here, everybody looked so sad, depressed. And I thought, oh, I am so happy because now I know I belong here. So I was thinking the other day, God, I'd love to get a blood transfusion from somebody that I really admire, somebody famous, like Queen Elizabeth. And then I would have royal blood. So Cinderella and I had kind of a similar background, except I haven't found the prince with a foot fetish yet. So what I'm doing is I'm putting glass slippers all over the city with my phone number in it. Well, I created a new diet. It's called Let Them Eat Cake. And what you do is you take all the food out of your refrigerator and you fill it with tons of wonderful dessert. And you won't gain weight because you're not eating food. So you get home and you take off all your clothes and you put dessert all over you and then you start to lick it off. So not only are you getting your sweet tooth filled, but you're getting exercise. You've got to do a lot of bending over. Of course, you also have your tongue working really hard too. Which reminds me, I once had a boyfriend years ago who asked me what I did, and I said, oh, I'm a speech therapist. And he said, well, what do you do? I said, well, I tell people where to put their tongue. Okay. Anyway, I had an outbreak of mice in my apartment. Horrible. I'd come home and I'd say to my dogs, ¿Dónde están los ratos? ¿Usted veo? You have to talk to them in Spanish because they're chihuahuas. So I know these mice are having sex in my apartment. No one's allowed to have sex in my apartment but me. So my longest relationship has actually been with my computer. And I know how to turn that on. Anyway, you know, I go to all the dating sites and I look at the men, kind of, because you can hardly see them with their black glasses, their hats. They're looking this way or this way or this way. I said, my God. And then, some of them are fishermen, so they hold up their big, disgusting, ugly fish. And they're so happy, look, I caught a fish. And I'm going, bleh. Please. But the nicest ones are the ones that are holding their little dogs. Oh, I know. And I fall in love with all those dogs. Not with the guys. With the dogs, they're so cute. So, when I was growing up, I guess I had a big crush on Archie, of Archie Andrew comic book fame. And, of course, he already had two girlfriends, Betty and Veronica. Now, Veronica was a slut, and Betty was bubbly. So I thought, God, I'd love to be a bubbly slut. I had some really interesting relationships. I had a big crush on this much older guy, and he wouldn't have sex with me because he thought my thighs were too big. They weren't as nice as his wife's. So I got back at him. He had a really neat son. So yeah, I had sex with his son. And then there was another guy who was jealous of my cats. My cats. Because I called them sweetheart, darling, lovely. I love to hug you, baby. And he would say, well, why don't you talk to me like that? I said, gee, when did you become a cat? Oh, and then I have to say that I think my longest relationship, besides the computer, has been with my dentist. And I really want to break up with him, but I can never tell him that because he always has his hands in my mouth. Thank you.